Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you. If you're new here, welcome. So for the last 20 years I've been a Nikon shooter. I started off on a Nikon D70, then I got a Nikon D70-200, both APS-C cameras. Then I got the Nikon Z6 II, which is a great camera, great video, shoots in 4K video, great images, really love it. But I've got a confession to make. I've now gone over to the dark side. I bought a purchase the other day and I thought I'd show you what I've got. So let's get into it. Okay, so we have here a cardboard box. Got the Wex Photography Care, Shoot and Create leaflet. And what I've got is the Sony ZV-E10 II vlogging camera. Let's have a look, see what's in the box. 1 year extended warranty, might have a look at that later. All the usual warranty documentation, hundreds of bits of paper, don't need those. The tome of last resort, the instruction manual, might have a look at that if I get stuck later. Got a Sony strap. We've got the dead cat, aka the windshield, which goes over the microphone. Very important. We've got the battery. Now this is the NP-FZ100. It's the same batteries used in Sony's full frame camera, so it has got a higher capacity than the ZV-E10 Mark I. And then here we've got the camera. I'm really looking forward to getting this, seeing some great reviews of this. Here we go, the ZV-E10 Mark II. It's got the kit lens on there, which is the 16 to 50mm f3.5 to 5.6 power zoom. It's got the flippy out screen. It's a lovely little camera, this. The body's all plastic, it's not the metal body of the slightly more expensive cameras like the 6700. It's not weather sealed, the flaps on there have got no weather sealing on there, so you've got to be a little bit careful. It's a great camera, it's got loads of great features. I'll be going through the features a little bit later. We'll take it outside, shoot some stills, shoot some video, and see what it's like. Let's get going. Hey everybody, I've made it down to Victoria Park in Portsmouth. Got my ZV-E10 II down with me. I'm going to walk around the park, take some pictures, take some videos and try this little baby out. Then we'll go back round to Guildhall Square, get some architectural shots, get some more people, try it out. It's really bright today, so I'm not really going to be able to test the low light capabilities of this camera. I might have to do that on another occasion. So this little camera, like all Sony cameras, has got subject tracking. I can do humans, I can do birds, I can do animals. There's some birds around here, so I'm playing around with the bird tracking at the moment. Let's see if we can track this here pigeon. Just tap on the screen, it locks on, and yeah, he's tracking them quite nicely. We've got some birds up here. There's a seagull and there's a squirrel. I'll have a go see if it's seeing what the focus is like for tracking them. Let's just put me down a moment. So one of the things I'm going to be using this camera for is photographing me when I'm out doing videos like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera onto the tripod. I'm going to try subject tracking. I've got the flippy round screen, so hopefully I can see myself there. It's not the brightest screen in the world and it is quite a bright day, so I am struggling a little bit to see the screen. It's one thing that people have mentioned, that sometimes, especially if you're a still shooter, you need an EVF. This is not the camera for you. You're better off with the 6400 or the 6700. A little bit more expensive, but you do get the electronic viewfinder. But we'll see how we get on. So that's it. I've got the camera set up on the tripod now. external microphones. I don't know what they're going to be like. Just checking to see if this tracks me moving back and forward, side to side. Turning away from the camera, it should reapply my face hopefully, so if I do look away or if someone walks in front of me, it should pick me back up again. I won't know until I get back to the studio and have a look at this on a larger screen. Now, of course, one of the things I'm going to be using this camera for is like the run and gun vlogging, which is what I'm doing now. This does have active track, so hopefully it should be reasonably steady. It doesn't have IBIS in body stabilisation, so you do get a little bit of a crop in because of the stabilisation, and I have seen reports that you can get a little bit of warping as well. We'll see what this is like. In the display, I can see my face, sort of, got fingerprints all over it. In the display it looks reasonably steady. Hopefully it'll be usable when I get back. This camera also records gyro data into the images, so you can use Sony's third-party software to stabilise the footage using the gyro data if you want in post-production. It does add a little bit to your workflow. However, I probably won't do that. I really don't want to introduce yet another piece of software into my workflow. I'm going to leave the park now and walk through to Guildhall Square. Take some slightly different shots. I think I've got a little bit fed up of the green and parkage around here. Going to go around the Guildhall Square. Been down there quite a few times. It's a great place to shoot. Would be better later in the evening when the lights come on. Could try out the low light capabilities of this camera as well. But there's some interesting architecture around there. Should be able to get some interesting shots. Something I always like to do with my photography is play around with the exposure. I very rarely take what the camera says is being correctly exposed as the truth. I generally like to either underexpose or overexpose by about a stop. So what I'm going to do, there's some maybe a little bit challenging lighting conditions here. I'm in the shade, but I'm backlit, or my subject's backlit. You can see we've got this statue here behind me. It's backlit, so I won't overexpose what the camera thinks is correct to try and bring up the shadows and see how it recovers the highlights, see what I can do with highlight recovery in post. Got this camera shooting in, hopefully in S-Log, which means on the screen it looks really grey and really dull, but when I get it back into the studio I can chuck a LUT on there, or I can use DaVinci Resolve's colour managed workflow, bring some brilliant colours back there. Have a go with another of this camera's unique features. It's the quick slow method. Basically what it does is there's a little button on top of the camera marked S and Q, which allows you to record slow-mo footage directly in camera. In the menu you set the frame rate that you want to record in, which I've got set to 24, and the frame rate to shoot in, which I've got set to 60. So when I shoot in this mode it should give me a 2.5 times slow motion. So I'm going to give it a go. I've just had a look on the back of the camera and that looks really good. It's really smooth. Probably look far better if it had a slightly more exciting subject than me ambling around Guildhall Square having a vape. If you've got some fast moving action, if you were shooting sports for instance, that would probably be really interesting. Or if you've got a good looking model who can do all the modelly things and those sultry walks, that would probably look really good as well. So that was quite a successful session. I managed to get some pictures, I managed to get some video. I'm nearly out of parking, so I'm going to make my way back to the car. While I'm doing it, I'm going to talk to you. And I'm going to see what the active stabilisation is like on this camera. As I said before, on the screen it looks like it's keeping me fairly stable. What it looks like behind me, not quite so sure. But we'll see when we get back. So let's have a look at the specifications of this camera. So it's an APS-C sensor. It uses the Exmor R CMOS sensor, the same as the FX30, which is Sony's flagship cinema camera. It shoots 26 megapixel stills and 4K video. It has a 3-inch flippy out screen with 921,000 dots. It's not the largest screen in the world, but it is a small camera. It does provide everything that you need. It's not the brightest screen in the world. The screen is also touch sensitive for navigating the menus and the controls. But it's not necessarily a good idea to use the screen, as getting fingerprints all over it does make it even more difficult to see in bright light. The camera only features an electronic shutter, so with fast-moving tracking subjects you may experience rolling shutter. You can turn on silent shooting if you're shooting wedding or event photography and you need it to be as inobtrusive as possible. You can shoot time-lapse movies. It doesn't have IBIS in the body, but it does have active stabilization. You will find with the active stabilization that the focus does pulse a little bit sometimes. The shutter speed goes from 30 seconds down to 1/8000th of a second, which is fairly standard on most modern mirrorless cameras, and it will shoot a burst of up to 11 frames per second. It's not the highest in the world, but I found it to be quite impressive. It uses the SP-FZ100 battery from the larger cameras like the A7R and the A7R4, so it does have a larger capacity. It will shoot up to 610 stills images and around 130 minutes of video on the 128 gig card I've got installed. Obviously depends on your resolution and your video settings. It can be powered from external USB. It has a USB port on the side which can be used to transfer data but also to charge the camera. The camera doesn't come with a charger, so you will need to charge the battery via USB. It's a very light camera. It only comes in at 292 grams, including the supplied kit lens. It's barely bigger than my smartphone. I've got the Galaxy S24 Ultra, which is quite a hefty phone, and the camera is about the same size, obviously a little bit deeper, but it's quite easily fit into your pocket. Like all modern mirrorless cameras, the camera for stills will shoot in both JPEG and RAW, has a resolution of 6192 by 4128 pixels, is roughly 26 megapixels. It's got hybrid AF with 759 phase detection points, which covers the vast majority of the sensor, so it's very easy to get focus on your subject. It has subject recognition and real-time eye detect for both humans, animals and birds. So let's look at the video specs. So the camera will shoot 4K at 24 frames per second, 30 and up to 60 frames per second, or in 1080p it will shoot at 25, 30, 60 and up to 120 frames per second. One thing I have noticed, which other reviewers don't seem to mention, is to get to the 24 frames per second rate, you have to set the camera to NTSC region. By default, this will default to the PAL region, which will only allow you to shoot at 25 and 50 frames per second. It will shoot up to 422 10-bit S-Log Gamma 3 video. These settings can be changed, so it will shoot up to 200 megabits per second, which is going to fill up a card, so you may want to look at getting additional cards if you're shooting a lot of video. There are various different options available on the video, including background defocus, which can be used in both video and stills mode. What this will do is, by pressing the button on top of the camera, will set the aperture to the maximum aperture to put the background out of focus. It also has a soft skin mode, which can be accessed by one of the function buttons. You do have to be careful, as this can make skin tones look a little bit plasticky and fake. There are a variety of different creative looks you can use for your videos and stills, including importing custom LUTs. So what I've done is I've imported some LUTs from the Sony website, installed them onto the camera, and I can apply those when I'm shooting an S-Log, so I can see on the back of the camera what it's going to look like when color graded in post. You do have to import those LUTs into your editing software. I use DaVinci Resolve if you want to match the edited look to how you're shooting in camera. There's also an S-Cinetone mode, which puts horizontal bars top and bottom of that image for that cinema style look and applies a LUT. You do have an option of a variety of different looks in this mode. The camera has a built-in 3-capsule microphone array on the top of the camera, and you can set the sensitivity to either front, back or omnidirectional depending on your needs. It will record in 16-bit up to 48 kilohertz. The camera has a variety of different ports on the left-hand side, including a mic port, headphone port, USB-C for charging and data transfer, and a mini HDMI port, which can be used for screen capture or for streaming. The camera also has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which you can use for controlling the camera remotely using the Sony app or by connecting to your laptop or desktop PC for image transfer and control. And you can also use it for streaming straight to a variety of social media sites by using either Wi-Fi or cabled streaming. So what are my final thoughts about this camera? Well, it's a great vlogging camera, it'd be excellent for someone just starting out as a creator or someone who wants a second camera to use as a B camera in a more professional setup. The display rotates when you turn the camera into portrait orientation, which is great when you're shooting vertical content, perhaps for short form content for YouTube or Instagram. It means you can easily see the display when in portrait mode without having to rotate your head. It's got great video capabilities, including shooting in S-Log, which means you get excellent colours and dynamic range and the ability to colour grade in post-production. It's not really a stills camera. I found using it for stills when I was out a little bit challenging due to the fact it has no EVF and the display is quite small and fairly dim. It may work as a second camera or a backup camera, or as I said in the video, I may take it out when I'm just out on a day out because it does fit into the pocket and it's much easier to carry than my larger Z6. The menu system is much improved from older Sony cameras. I've always been a little bit worried about Sony cameras because I considered the menus to be difficult and confusing to use. On these newer cameras, the menu's been vastly improved, and although there are a lot of options to go through, they are logically laid out and fairly easy to navigate. So would I recommend this camera? Well, I've only had it for a few days and I've only taken it out and shot it a little bit. But I found that the video quality is excellent, the stills are perfectly acceptable, the autofocus is accurate and fast, and it's a good compact budget camera. It's not for everyone, but I think you'll like it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I've got lots of videos planned over the next coming weeks, including tutorials on shooting in black and white around Portsmouth, time-lapse photography and using your mobile phone to capture those special moments. If you've got any comments or questions, please drop a comment below.